Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite channel and mine. Let's talk about sleep. Here's the book. The Amazon link to that is in the description box down below, as always. Also, as always, these videos are for educational purposes only. And as we inch closer to 1,000 subscribers, once we get there, a random lucky viewer at random will get a signed copy of this. So, got to be in it to win it. So please subscribe. Please share this with your friends and family. And please like it if you get something out of it. So with that being said, let's talk about today's topic, which is jet lag. So jet lag is one of those things where it's kind of, everybody knows what it is, but it's not something that necessarily everybody's going to have. And we actually joke about it. We say jet lag is kind of a condition, quote unquote, that the modern person is lucky enough to get, right? What do I mean by that? Because jet lag is not something inherent that happens to our sleep. It's the result of being able to travel as we do and go to another time zone and so on and so forth. It's only been really here since the advent of the airplane, right? So since the Wright brothers made the airplane. If you think about it this way, right? If back in the day, in the 1800s, where people were traveling to other countries or so, the time it took to get there from boat was enough for the body to kind of realign itself. And probably, I don't think there even were time zones back then. So it's kind of a more modern condition. But what is it? So basically what jet lag is if you go flying somewhere, right, to a different time zone, your brain's or your body's internal clock is not aligned to that new time, right? So if you go travel one time zone or two, probably not a huge deal. But when you get to 3, 4, 5, if you're in New York where I'm at, you go to California, let's say, you may experience jet lag there. Or if you go to England, let's say, which is 5 hours, you may experience jet lag. Okay, and certainly if you go further, you're gonna definitely experience it. And the way we think of it is the brain usually takes about a night or so for it to one hour per night, let's say, right? So if you go one time zone, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you go 10 time zones, it may take you a week and a half before your body is fully adjusted to that new time. All right. If not, what can result is you'll be awake at nighttime, you'll be tired in the daytime, or a flip situation is what I'm trying to say. So this is not really something that I treat patients for, but there are things you can do to actually help yourself so you're not going to experience that as much, okay? And the way we do that is by kind of leading up to the flight you're going to take is preparing yourself, okay? And we use bright light, okay? So getting either sunlight in the morning, or they have these bright light lamps you can use that have at least 20,000 lux. That's a way of measuring how bright it is. That plus melatonin, okay? And if you do it a little bit at a time, if you adjust your schedule a little bit at a time, what you'll find is that when it is time to fly and head out to wherever you're going, your body's a little bit more prepared, okay? Jet lag stuff is kind of confusing. It's confusing to explain, it's confusing to hear about, but there are some great resources, okay? My favorite is called Lag Rooster, just like it sounds, like rooster, like the bird. If you just type in Lag Rooster, it'll come up. And what's great about it is this awesome website where you put in the time that you're here, okay, or your time zone here, the time you're leaving, and then what time you'll be getting there to wherever you're going. And it tells you, okay, when you should start going to bed, what time you should wake up, and you use melatonin basically as you need to kind of help yourself get set for that. And it's really useful. So I highly recommend. I have no relationship with them. I highly recommend, though, that you look into that if you're traveling and you have any concerns about this. But again, jet lag is not really that big of a deal. It's more of kind of a nuisance and a pain in the ass, pardon my language, if you're traveling. So that's the case. Now there's a new other thing which is probably more prominent, called social jet lag, and that is kind of the basis for a lot of my other videos, which is this: all the time we spend in front of our computers, all the time that we are on our phones and our apps and all these various electronic devices with a screen, we're basically keeping ourselves awake, right? And we're going to bed later and later and later, as a result of that, it's kind of like, we're going against what nature wants. I've said this before in other videos where there actually was a couple of studies doing this where they took them out of modern society, went out to the wilderness, and for a period of two weeks or so, what started to occur is because they were not having any electronic devices, they were going to bed when the sun went down, they were waking up when the sun rose, and that's kind of the natural thing. I'm not suggesting we all do that, but it does play a role in us going to bed later than what nature wants. So that's the video for today. Remember, Lag Rooster. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Please subscribe to this channel, and until next time, sleep well.